Hello and welcome to Miss Hannah Loves Grammar. In this video we'll be answering the question, how can I use articles with pronouns? You should already know that possessive pronouns make it clear what belongs to whom. Articles also give us really important details of whether the noun that's involved is specific or general. Let's take this sentence, which is totally incorrect. Why are you staring at the class? It would make more sense if this sentence read like this. Why are you staring at the class? Or we could just use this sentence. Why are you staring at my class? Both of these sentences make sense, but you'll realise we don't need the possessive pronoun and the article in the same sentence. Instead, we need to decide whether it is the pronoun my or the article the, which is most important to the meaning of the sentence. So what are the rules in action? Let's take this first sentence. Amina always eats the chocolate. Why are you stealing her the phone? And finally, when will you watch the film? Each of these sentences is wrong. Why don't you come up with the correct versions of each sentence and hit pause if you need thinking time. So, how did you get on? Well done if you realised that you could have said, Amina always eats my chocolate. Poor you. Amina always eats the chocolate is more general. For sentence number 2, I could say, why are you stealing her phone? Or I could have said, why are you stealing the phone, if I don't know who it belongs to, for example. Final sentence. When will you watch our film? Or I could have said, when will you watch the film? The intended meaning has a huge impact on whether you prioritise using the article or the pronoun. If you're revealing some personal information, it makes sense that you would use a pronoun. So for example, with the first sentence, I would say, Amina always eats my chocolate if I'm feeling really upset that she does that. But if I want to give a more objective, general sharing of information, I would use the article and say, Amina always eats the chocolate. Now it's your turn. For each of these sentences, why not decide if the sentence is correct or not? If you think it's not correct, why not correct it and give each possible correct version of the sentence? Hit pause if you need thinking time. So, how did you get on? When will you meet my parents? Is a very personal question, and that sentence does make sense. It also makes sense that a personal pronoun has been used in my, because a personal question has been offered. Question number 2 does not make sense. Did you see your crime is definitely incorrect. Instead, we could say, did you see the crime? Or if you think the person was involved, you could say, did you see your crime? For question number 3, it's correct. Dahlia shares with her family very well. Well done, Dahlia. The third personal pronoun, her, indicates to us that a personal piece of information has been shared about Dahlia. If it was not her family, instead we would say Dahlia shares with the family very well. Statement number 4 is incorrect. Barney rarely gives an opinion on ideas without laughing. This is not correct because we've got a pronoun and an article, and they're very confusing. Instead, the sentence says, if it's correct, Barney rarely gives his opinion on ideas without laughing. That sentence makes sense now because we have refined it. We've revealed some personal information about Barney, so it makes sense that we use a pronoun. To simplify, you should never use both a pronoun and an article in the same sentence. You should instead prioritise either the pronoun or the article. If you're sharing a more general piece of information, use the article because it's more objective. If you're sharing a more personal piece of information, you should share instead the pronoun. Why not subscribe to Miss Hannah Loves Grammar for all things English, literary and grammatical?